Hi, this is Paul Carson on weighting grades in the Hofstra Blackboard Grade Center. If you have any questions, please email fcshelp@hofstra.edu or call Faculty Computing Support at 516-463-7777, option 2, and then option 1. Instructors can set a weight for each grade center item to determine a final grade. For example, a final exam may be worth 25% of a student's grade, while a reading quiz may be worth only 10%. Instructors can adjust grade center weights for an individual item or category. Please listen to the video on creating and managing categories. For example, all of the items in the quiz category might be worth 30% of the grade. To create a weighted column, start inside your Blackboard Grade Center. Click on the Create Calculated Column button and choose Weighted Column from the drop-down options. Fill in the information needed, such as column name and primary display. In the Select Columns section, number 3, select either the columns or categories you want to include in the weighted calculations. For a selected column, enter the weight percentage for the item. For selected categories, enter the weight percentage for the complete category. Along with the percentage value for the category, you can set Blackboard to drop the 1 or 2 lowest or highest grades. Click Submit when you're finished. If there is already a weighted column in your grade center, you can adjust the weights by clicking the down arrow next to the column title and clicking Edit Column Information. There are 2 options for weighting. Weight by item is used to weight grades by name as they are defined in the grade center. For example, the midterm exam might be weighted differently than the final exam. Enter the percentage to weight each item in the selected columns area. The weight by category is used to weight grades by category. For example, all assignments might be 40% of the final grade, and all quizzes might be 30% of the final grade. Enter the percentage to weight each category in the selected columns area. Note, when weight by category is selected, each item in the category is worth the same weight regardless of the total points. For example, if quizzes are worth 25% as a category, a quiz worth 50 points will not be weighted more than a quiz worth 15 points. The weight for each item is calculated by taking the weight for the category and dividing that by the number of items in the category. The number of items in the category is counted as the number of items the instructor has created in that category. The number of items in the category can change over the course of the semester. If the timing for the semester goes smoothly and you get to all 14 quizzes, the quiz category is worth 30%. If the timing for the semester does not go as planned and the class only gets to 10 quizzes, the quizzes category is still worth 30%. As the number of quizzes in the category changes, the relative value of each quiz will change. If quizzes have 100% weight and a student takes an exam and gets a perfect score, his or her weighted total will be 100%. If the instructor adds a second quiz, the student's weighted total will drop to 50%, since the weight for each item is now divided by 2. Since the student has not taken the second exam yet, his or her score for it is still 0. It is important to note when weighting grades The grade center items that have not been completed by students are still calculated in the weight. Instructors may choose to exclude items that have not been completed from calculations by clicking Calculate as Running Total. Calculate as Running Total means only those items that have been submitted are counted in the weight calculation. Selecting Yes for Calculate as Running Total gives the appearance of an advantage to students who have not submitted work. Until the instructor enters the 0 for unsubmitted work, the missing work does not affect the weighted total. The percentages in the selected option, either weight by category or weight by item, must add up to 100%. An error message will appear if the percentages do not add up to 100%. This has been Paul Carson on weighting grades in the Hofstra Blackboard Grade Center. If you have any questions, please email fcshelp@hofstra.edu or call Faculty Computing Support at 516-463-7777, option 2, and then option 1.